Hi, everyone. It's John Pocoroba with Rain King LLC. I thought I would do a special GMU Extra as a tribute to William O'Neill. I'm going to show you a clip from a Boston Meetup where we discuss research in motion. This clip is from a July 2021 Boston Meetup where we discussed the model book stock Research in Motion, now known as BlackBerry. You'll see in the video clip, we start talking about the breakout and positive characteristics, but then I will show you a special clip, an audio clip of Bill himself, cut from a 2005 IBD workshop where he breaks down the flat base in RIM, and he shows you his expertise in chart reading and how to spot institutional accumulation. I hope you'll enjoy this video clip.
Once and twice. This is very positive action as well. So here's the eight-week mark. And what Bill says is after the 8 weeks are up, you should evaluate the stock. Is the stock acting well? Should it be sold after the 8 weeks? Or do you use a different set of rules to try to hold the stock for a bigger gain? Maybe you've got your hands on the real big leader. So RIM actually went in and formed a flat base over this period of time at the 8-week mark. The stock had held the 20-day positive. It actually broke it here, came back down to the 50-day. But what was really, really positive is the first trips to the 50-day get what I would call textbook volume support. They don't always do this perfectly. When it comes back down to the 50-day, that's when institutions, if they really want the stock, might buy and support that stock. And what do we see? We see volume accelerate. That's institutions that are coming right back in and grabbing shares. And you'll notice that the stock comes back again and drifts, the volume dries up, and then again we get a huge volume, perfect volume coming in textbook, showing you that the institutions are supporting the stock, and you can see ahead a spike of a move over a 2 to 3 day period. So these are all the things that you're looking for in a model stock. The breakout, possible ants, does it trigger the 8-week hold rule? How does it act around the 10 and 20 day? And what's the first trip to the 50-day look like for the stock? So there's a lot of clues that this stock is special. So back to the weekly chart. So now we're in this phase where the stock has had the breakout, and you'll notice on the weekly chart we actually have 6 weeks up in a row, and this is where the ants occurred. It's actually part of 6 weeks up in a row, and we know from Bill's teachings that when you see 5 weeks up in a row or more, that is usually a very strong sign of institutional demand for the stock. So coming out of the base, a very, very powerful stock. And we have the 8-week hold rule that was triggered here. Here's the flat base. And you also notice in that flat base on the weekly chart, we've got 4 tight weekly closes, another positive characteristic. Now you might say, geez, John, when are you going to show us, Bill's trade on the stock? Well, Bill initially missed this stock. Okay, Bill has not made a trade yet in RIM. As I told you, he was really focusing on eBay at the time. But what the lesson is, and we're going to see how this works out, is always watch the big leader. If you miss a big leader, you still need to watch it. You need to watch it, and you need to find a way to get into it. Whether it's a trip to the 50-day or a pullback or a small base or a tight area. If you miss the initial stock coming out, you must keep it on your watch list and stalk it, because you really want to be in the best leading stocks. So now we're going to move into what I call the run-up phase. So it came out of the flat base, and the stock was very, very powerful, and it forms what Bill would refer to as a high tight flag. So for those of you who might not be familiar with a high tight flag, this would be a graphic definition. Typically, it's about the stock will surge approximately 80% plus in about 4 to 8 weeks. So that's the pole. The stock will go up about 4 to 8 weeks and it will go up about 80%. And then the flag is a tight area that gets built. And usually the flag is a 10 to 15% correction, and it happens over typically 3 to 5 weeks. You don't be too rigid on the definition. The point is you're going to see a massively big move, and then basically you're going to see the stock go sideways. And again, it's telling you it's not giving back any gains because institutions are not letting this price of the stock fall. They're buying all the shares that they possibly could get their hands on. So here's the insert of RIM. So RIM, here's the search, here's the poll, which it actually went up 101% in 11 weeks. And within the 11 weeks, there were 5 weeks up in a row. There's that characteristic again, 5 weeks up in a row. And the stock just makes this really strong move. And you can see in the weekly chart, stock basically goes sideways. Okay. You really couldn't ask for anything better. A great situation is when a stock is extended above the 10-week moving average. You know, rather than the stock coming back down to touch the 10-week moving average, the stock goes sideways and the 10-week moving average catches up to kiss it. That's a great situation. So here we are. There's the flat base. This is actually the pole of the high tide flag, and this is the flag portion of that chart. It's a rare chart pattern. Now this is where Bill picks up on the stock. He picks up right in here as the stock is in the flag. Now think about this. The average person is going to say, well, this stock's already gone up 150%. I missed it. You know, it's too late. I can't buy it now. It's really extended. Stock's already up 150%, but it's shown you all the characteristics of what we'd call a model book stock, a big leader. So Bill finally picks up on the stock right here. So here's the weekly chart. There's the pole and there's the flag. And inside the flag, another good characteristic is there are 3 weeks tight in the flag. You'll also notice these support weeks in the flag. And I'm going to, if this works, I'm going to play, Bill is going to show you how to analyze this. And it's really a maestro sharing with you how do you analyze this. So hopefully this audio clip I have of Bill, you can hear.
Hey, John.
Yeah.
You need to share the not only the presentation but the volume as well, the audio.
Share the audio?
Yeah. So when you go into share, yeah, share a screen.
Oh, okay. Okay.
And when you click on that, it says share sound.
Oh, okay. So share. Where does it say share sound?
Should be on the bottom left.
Oh yeah, share computer sound. Okay. Got it.
Let's try it again.
Yeah, let's try that again. Good. I didn't know you had to do that.
That's what I'm here for, buddy. I only think that I did right.
You earn your keep. All right, let's try this again. Tell me if it works.
Let's see. Where we find the last time it's over here, and we wind up selling out again, so we're wrong twice. Now, I'm going to go through research in motion, RIM, we call it, and then we'll take our switch. This is a classic example of what a big leader really looks like. And you can afford to box up lots of so-so stocks, but when the big leader comes along, it's a real crime to not handle it right. So you got to learn, what does the big leader look like? What are the characteristics? And what are the little tricky things that throw you off? And what are the little subtle things that give you a clue this is a big leader? So, first thing is, I remember reading in a newspaper article, I don't know, 3 years ago, or 4 or 5, about Carl Rove, and that he really relied on his little BlackBerry handheld device. And he had everything on that. He could ago. And I remember reading that. It didn't quite register with me, you know. But eventually everybody in the government wound up getting these things. And of course the stock takes off and really runs up. So after it ran up and about tripled, then I started remembering this and started looking into it a little bit. And I go through the charts, and this is what you would be doing every weekend, or at some point you're going to look at all the bases, trying to find is there some sudden accumulation. So one Friday night or one Saturday, I'm going through the bases, and I'm looking there, that's in the December 03 quarter, and I said, this stock ran all the way triple. Look at that, it's holding real tight in this tight little area. Around, looks like it's 22 areas, split adjusted, it's 44 there or something. So it's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 weeks, perfect flat base, all tight. A lot of areas closing right at the 22 area. And this is on page 198. So now that's interesting. And meanwhile, the earnings are up a huge amount, and the profitability there. And I remember this BlackBerry system is pretty darn good. It's an exciting product that has a lot of security features in it that others don't have. And that's why all the government people are buying. Now I'm going to analyze the base. And remember, like we're going through the bad base to see the red volume weeks and all, so you have to analyze it correctly. The first red week down, the volume is down. So there's no major shocking. The next week, the volume picks up. But what does the stock do? Second week down, louder. Closes almost unchanged. So you're coming down in price, volume picks up and it stops going down. It's unchanged. That is institutional support. I put that comment. Now it moves up 1 week, tries to come out, and it reverses and comes back down again. So the first week, it gets a little bit of selling, it comes down in the red. Now what happens on the second red week down? Now we're 1, 2, 3, 4, this is the 5th week in that little flat base. Second red week, what happens? Remember, the recent or the current trend is you're coming down. You're down 1 week, you're coming down the second week, but where does it close relative to where the prior week closed? The prior week closed down a reasonable amount. This week again closes hardly down at all in the upper part of the period, and the volume remains relatively high. So here for the second time it comes down this 22 area, it is being supported. And you're coming down, and the volume remains high, and it stops going down. It's like water flowing through a pipe, and all of a sudden it stops going in that direction. Something is stopping it. So this is how you interpret supply and demand that are reflected on the charts. So here we have the second sign. Now I'm going to give you the big clue, because this particular Saturday or weekend, you're looking at your charts, and what you see there is the next week, which is a blue week. See the little blue week? Okay, now you tell me what you're supposed to derive from that.
No more selling.
Can you tell anything? Well, why? Why?
No more selling.
Why pick up so what? Let me take it step by step. First of all, flat base has to be 5 weeks or more. Okay? So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 weeks. So it is a flat base. Huge move, flat, high, and all the tight areas around the 22 area, and then the support here and the support there. This week is very telling. If this thing is really under accumulation, like up here, so on that 22 area, and after going back here, this week it closes up just a little bit, and the volume increases. That stock is being bought right there. You buy it Monday morning coming out. So this is subtle. It is small, but you understand this is a flat, tight base. It's got the support. Now you go back, it's got 5 big funds in it. Fidelity owns so much, so and so and so much. It's got all the funds in it. It's got every single thing. Earnings are huge. It's got this unique product. And it's had this huge run and it's holding up tight. That is a characteristic of a big leader. And you only have 3 or 4 of those a year. And either you see it or you don't. And there's your clue. So you're buying it that morning On Tuesday, it gaps out like crazy and starts really running. Because it ran so fast, so hard, and it gapped up so much, we got a little bit scared. We bought a little bit less, but at least we followed up because we bought the first time, and it gaps out. And most people in the gap like that say, "My gosh, this stock was at 22, and it gaps out at 29, and you want me to buy that? Well, why do you think it gapped out?"
All the loose chips were off the table.
The big players, the Fidelities of the world, buying 500,000 shares. There's no stock around like that. It gaps up 4 or 5 points, and there are 3 other people buying their 500,000 shares, and it just trades like crazy. And therefore, you get 173 million shares, and that is all professional buying. Knows exactly what's going on. The earnings, the leadership, everything that's there. And the public won't be buying that because they're scared of this. And they don't be charged. And who's going to pay that PE ratio? And on and on and on and on. So I'm just showing you what a leader looks like. And
Isn't that great? It's just, that's the kind of expert chart reading that just, I could listen to that over and over and over again.
Well, Bill O'Neill was a master chart reader, and he was also a great teacher. We owe a great deal to Bill, to all his teachings. So we have to say thank you, Bill, so much. Rest in peace. And I hope you all enjoyed this special GMU special extra update. We'll see you on the next one.